All right, somebody sent me some miscellaneous messages from Schaeffer Cox, and I thought I would just read them into YouTube. It says, "Hi, I just had an idea. Have your voiceover guy read the Robo-Call script and record it in high-quality audio file. Then email that audio file to every independent media person you know so that can play it like a short segment on their show, then talk about it for a minute or two. It's easy to read. It's easy, ready-to-go content, and everyone likes easy." Okay. He also, Schaeffer said, "I got a birthday card from Randy Weaver. It meant a lot to me." Many of you guys know Randy Weaver. His wife was murdered by a federal agent named Lon Huriuchi. Schaeffer writes, "I got a $50 Western Union on my account this morning. It was from Cosiamoria. It cleared, thank you, and I promise to fight the good fight. When I get out, I would love to have a big party for everyone who helped me get through this. We could cook out for a whole week and just talk and have fun and enjoy the victory. If we keep at it, we will win. We are sailing with the tide on this one. The corruption in the system has made it ill." Schaeffer. He writes another one, Robo-Calls. He said, "If there was a supporter with a robo-call machine, would it be helpful if we could get them to do some free calls prompting people to go check out my story on the website? Do you know if the robo-call guy chickened out or not? I could write an interesting script. It may make people curious. It could go like this." And the guy who was talking about the robo-calls, I never heard back from him, so I simply don't know. You know, there was a guy who was offering that, and then for some reason he doesn't talk about it anymore. But here's the example that Schaeffer gave that could possibly go into a robocall. "Commit this crime or we'll kill you," says the FBI. That's our story today. It's how the deep state approached Schaeffer Cox, a young father from Alaska. The story only takes a minute to tell, but you may never be able to fully understand it, because honest people are simply dumbfounded at what the FBI is allowed to do. You heard it right. Commit a crime so we can throw you in prison, or say no and we'll just kill you right now. This is what the FBI had their undercover informants saying to people the Obama administration wanted to throw in prison. And the people targeted by these FBI political stings, they hadn't committed any crimes. They were conservatives, Christians, and libertarians, just normal people with families. But Obama and the deep state wanted them out of the way politically, and they didn't care how. In Schaeffer Cox's case, the informant, a guy named Bill Fulton, asked Cox to plot some sort of violent attack on the government. Schaeffer Cox told him no, said it was a bad idea. That's when the FBI informant pulled out a knife, attacked Schaeffer Cox and his companion, then held the knife to the guy's throat and demanded they commit the crime or have their throats slit then and there. Schaeffer Cox still said no and managed to escape, just barely. When we asked the U.S. Attorney about this, he simply said it was, quote, "an appropriate investigative technique." But it gets even worse. Schaeffer Cox was found not guilty on any of the stuff related to that incident. Instead, the deep state sentenced him to 27 years in a secret prison because, as they put it, he may change his mind 20 or 30 years from now and commit a crime then. So far, this craziness was held up in the courts. That's right. Thought crime will now get you thrown in prison if you're a conservative. Larry Pratt, the president of Gun Owners of America, took notice of the case and is helping Schaeffer Cox appeal it to the U.S. Supreme Court. But the real question is, why are these corrupt Justice Department attorneys who work for Trump now still being allowed to go on witch hunts for innocent conservatives? The short answer is that they are in open rebellion against the president, which is a crime. Trump needs to clean house, and we all of us need to stand up against this kind of corruption. We need to stand by Schaeffer Cox. The deep state is testing the waters. They want to see if they can get away with disappearing their political enemies. They want to see if good people on Main Street will look the other way. What's it going to be? What kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to be a chump, or are you going to be the kind person Are you going to be the kind of person you would be proud to know? You've got it in you to be a good person. We all do. Don't ignore this injustice. Go to freeschaeffer.com where you can get the rest of the story and read some of the letters that Schaeffer Cox has written from prison. You'll be inspired by this young man. Thousands of people have been. He's the kind of story of what's happening to all of America right now. Only it's boiled down to just one man's life. That's freeschaeffer.com, or you can just Google him. If we look the other way, we might be next. Do the right thing. Care about your country. Look this guy up. All right, that's various messages from Schaeffer. I pray you do what you can to help make noise and shine light about the injustice that's going on with Schaeffer, that he will once again see freedom and very soon, and that the evildoers will be held accountable. Thank you for your time.